okay? Because we don't have so much time to, get all the responses, but we may attempt if it is that pressing. Okay, if you need advice, please indicate that. But if you just want to let it out, by all means, please send your messages or voice notes to 080-999-30137. And you can also dial 080-9597-4869. All right, and 0700-951-0000. So let's get on with our confession. You can remain anonymous if you don't want to mention your name. We have from now to 2:45. It's already 2:28, so let's get it started. Someone sent me a private message, and I guess I'll read this by way of starting on our Confession Tuesday. All right, this one said, my husband has not been with me in 8 years. We don't have a strong communication, but he says he still loves me. What do you think I need to do? Okay, let me repeat that again. My husband hasn't touched me in 8 years. We have no strong communication, but he says he loves me. What do I do? 8 years. Right, that's the first confession this afternoon that was sent to me through my private line. And I guess when I saw it was kind of serious, and I guess it's something to really think about. Now, first of all, the question would be how long you guys have been together. 8 years, it seems to me like a very long time. A very, very long time. And, one of the bases for nullification, or, when you want to get a divorce or something, you can do that based on some certain things which are very serious, okay? Number one is when you have issues like this, where the consummation of the marriage is not there anymore. That's one of the reasons for which some people contract marriage, And if it is absent, then I don't know what to call that. You guys are just being roommates, or what exactly is happening, Another one is when someone just deserts you, just leaves you and goes away. You stay for years. You don't know where the person is, no communication, nothing. Based on that, you can decide, well, you're assuming the person no longer wants you or might be dead or something, and you can approach any courts or the right authorities to have the marriage nullified. And then you also have the issue of infidelity, which is, a major issue and stuff like that. But in all of these things, there's none that cannot be reconciled, or there's none that cannot be fixed if the two parties are willing. Now, when you say 8 years, it sounds, like I said, a very long time. And then secondly, again, one of the basic cardinals of any relationship is communication. When there is no communication, then what is it? What is there? What do you guys say to each other? Or what do people do? Just staying under the same roof. So it sounds like two strangers living under the same roof. No communication, no intimacy. But you say you still love a person. How do you prove love? How do you show love? How do you actually act out love when some of the basic things are absent, So I don't know what to say about that. I think in that instance, you guys need to seek for help, or you need to sit down and reevaluate your being together. Okay? Tomorrow, Dr. Israel will be coming over, and some of these things will be put to the table, and I'm sure there would also be diverse solutions and advice if there be need for that. I can take 1 or 2 calls on this now as we move on to other confessions too. Okay, I have another one here. Hi, Swat. Remember my last confession? I came back yesterday from Port Harcourt for his burial. Oh, okay. That's the friend who said his friend asked him for financial assistance and he gave him something instead, didn't give him the full amount. And the guy committed suicide last week, Monday. Anyway, he said you came back yesterday from his burial in Port Harcourt. You found out that he needed the money for his child's surgery and they needed 300K, which he asked me to complete the down payment of 2.3 million and I disappointed him. The child died and he committed suicide. Note that he didn't tell me when he asked that it was for his child's surgery. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately. I'm so sorry to hear about this. The father most probably felt responsible for his child's demise and his inability to live up to expectation, right? That can devastate any parent whatsoever. That you were unable to meet up to financial obligation that your child's life depended on. And I'm really sorry to hear this. This is very, very sad. I pray their souls find rest. Okay, the father didn't have to end it though. Didn't have to end it. Okay, but hey, it's happened. It's happened, right? Okay, I have people calling me. Let me hear who this person is. Hello.
Hello, Barista Swat, Abubakar calling from Gwagwalaga.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. Let me approach the discussion from this angle. Let me use this metaphor, like a metaphor of a gardener who neglected his garden, and he neglected it. He is no longer tendering the garden. So it will be taken over by weeds, by reptiles, by dangerous animals. So this is what is applicable in this marriage. How can you not show love, not show compassion to a woman for 8 good years? It's on hard at any given time. It's even a woman who can tolerate a lot. If there are some ladies that will have parted the marriage. But we don't know what maybe it is on. If it is not on health ground, then what are the causes?
Exactly.
You don't narrate the story to the end.
Yes.
Or she don't share her own account to the end. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, sir, for that. It's very, very true. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Swat.
Welcome.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Umar. I'm calling from Karimpa.
Okay.
Just a bit of clarification from the last message you read about the Port Harcourt person that committed suicide and his child, right?
Yes.
So the person is feeling bad that he wasn't able to complete it because he made it in the message you read. He said when he called him, he didn't tell him it was for the son. So would it have made a difference if he had told him that it was for the son and would have made up the payment or something? That just that clarification if the person is listening, because I'm worried that he said that the man hadn't told him that it was for the son that he needed the money.
Yeah. Okay, so if you had listened to the confession last week, he sent a message, right, that his friend approached him and said he needed him to give him money or to loan him money, and he said he didn't want to be the go-to person because of the situation and all of that. So he did not give him the full amount, but instead he gave him something and just said, okay, take this one. I don't have money to give you. Just take this. And then the following Monday, that was, I think, last week, Monday, Tuesday, the previous day, he sent us and sent me the message and said that the friend committed suicide. And he was feeling very bad about it. That could it be maybe if you had given him money or something like that, And right now he's giving us the update of going for the burial of the friend and getting to discover that the friend actually asked him for that money for the child, but he didn't mention. He just told him to borrow him money and he didn't mention. It's just after he went for the burial that he discovered what the friend actually needed the money for.
Yeah, I got that part. So my question is, did it have to be like the son was in need of surgery before he could give? Or, did he have and he didn't want to give or... Yeah,
he made it clear. He said he didn't want to be the go-to guy. He didn't want to give. He didn't want to borrow the guy money. He just wanted to give him what he could, and he did that.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for the clarification.
All right, thank you. All right, more confessions. If you have confessions, let's have you make the confession. I guess we've taken the calls we can on the issue. On Facebook Live, you can join us, and you can also join us on our YouTube page on Nigeria Info 95.1 Abuja. We're live now. You can drop your comments there. I would love to hear from you. Okay, 0700 951 0000. and 080-9597-4869. Our WhatsApp portal is 080-999-30137. Okay, those are the numbers you can either call, send a message, or you can record a voice note on the WhatsApp portal. All right. Let's see. Well done, Swat. Ella Fizi, is confession time. We'll come and make that confession you wanted to confess to some during what's happening. Okay, right. This one has not dropped in yet. Okay, so yeah, you can make that call and let's get to hear from you this afternoon. Is it possible to be married but no longer having feelings for your spouse? And if that gets to happen, should I stay or should I go? Is it possible to be married and not have feelings for your spouse? And if that happens, should I stay or should I leave? I don't know. Sometimes I get confused when people ask this thing about feelings. You know, if you don't have feelings, how do you mean feelings? Like that butterfly in your tummy, that rumbling, that's, heart beating very fast, because that's what people call feelings, right? And my question is marriage based on feelings? Yes, feelings has its place, emotions and stuff like that, but I guess there should be more, right? There should be more. As people get married, they should get to discover that there's much more to marriage than just having feelings, because there are days you wake up and the necessary feelings you want to feel may not be there. So what happens? You act on the feeling. So if you would ask me for my opinion on this one, I would say marriage is much more than feelings, okay? Marriage is much more than feelings. As with so many other stuff, there are so many other things that makes a marriage work much more than feelings. Yeah, there are days you wake up feeling not up to a lot of things, but it doesn't mean you just pack your bags and walk away, right? What if you pack your things and walk away and then the following day you wake up feeling like you want to go back? Do you go back and then you keep going back and forth? It doesn't happen like that. So I think marriage is a more serious business than feelings. So if you don't have feelings for them, or you're beginning to feel some sort of distance, resentment, I guess you need to talk about it. Talk about how you feel, talk about the causes, and see how you're able to sort things out rather than just depending on feelings and making a lifetime decision based on the way you wake up feeling, because it could change next minute, right? Okay, please keep me anonymous, although it's not even my number. I have a confession to make. I must say it's not really bothering me, but I just wish to let it out my chest. I grew up in a family of 3 girls and just me as a boy. All my 3 sisters have been really hurt by men to the point of even impregnating and dumping them. Being the last born then, I had nothing I could do. But now, being a full-grown man, I see myself taking upon myself revenge on every bad deeds done to them. I don't have any feelings for any lady. I just come across a lady and after a matter of months, I'm done. The problem now is that I'm not remorseful about my act, but I see it as a revenge for all my sisters. All I need is forgiveness from God Almighty. Okay. Thank you for confessing. And we hope that gets to change, right? We hope that gets to change so that it doesn't extend to the point where you get to hurt yourself and hurt other people that are really very precious to you in the whole process. Okay? Thank you so much. This one says your wife doesn't really demand sex from you and you're the type that loves it, not a maniac for it though. How do you improve your wife's desires and libido? That is what Anonymous is asking this afternoon. Okay, let me read that again. If your wife doesn't really demand for, the other room activities and you are the type that loves it a lot, not a sex maniac though, how do you improve her libido or her desires, to get involved in those activities? I don't know how to answer that question. you have to discover and be creative, and most probably get to the root of the issues, because there could be different causes. Women have hormonal issues sometimes. Sometimes it could be maybe after giving birth. Maybe it could be the disconnect, emotional disconnect. Because for women, it's not a hard and fast rule. Women are quite complicated when it comes to that. So you have to do the math and unravel what it is that is making that. And it could also be medical. Like the hormonal thing is something that you can go to the doctors and it could be corrected. So if it is not hormonal, if it is an emotional thing, maybe there's a disconnect and she doesn't feel valued, she doesn't feel seen, she doesn't feel loved and stuff like that. A woman can disconnect when that happens and you not get the best of her. So, and that's why, most of the time when marriage counselors are talking to people, they always tell you, look, try and help your partners, be kind to your partner. Let them feel heard and seen and wanted and loved, because that is very important. For some people, they just feel it's all about some obligation. You just finish the whole activity of the day and then you come and like, hey, madam, it doesn't work like that for women, especially, So you have to do the math and unravel it by having a talk. Is this something that she can explain? If she cannot explain, maybe it's medical. Maybe you guys should just go together to see a doctor and explain what she feels or why she doesn't feel like that. And it could be unraveled, you could just get your help by doing that, showing concern and being involved in the process from the very beginning up until the end. And it will be your own reward if at the end of the day you are able to help her get out of that place, So, yeah, if you can make that a point of duty to talk with her and find out if it is something that is medical, if it is something that is emotional, if it is something that both of you can sort based on the way you carry on in the home front, I'm sure it will go a long way at helping. Like I said, we don't have so much time on confession today. Let me take on this one very quickly as a voice note.
Good afternoon, Swat. My name is Friday. So I want to comment on the issue of the person that commits suicide.
All right, let's do this tomorrow. Friday. We're not taking comments now. And I guess with that, we have come to the end of confession because we have a stop set, right? Yes, we have a stop set and I have to go. So guys, I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you.
Hi everyone, my name is Swat. That's the name my father gave me, but you can always call me Her Vocal Majesty. I'm the host of The Sunny Side on 95.1 Nigeria Info. It takes place every weekday, noon to 3 p.m., where we get to have all the lovely contemporary conversations. If your days are normally long and gloomy, well, not anymore, because I'm here to make it all bright and sunny for you. So join me. It's an invitation. You don't want to miss out.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.